You know, I really, really miss queer people. You can imagine. You know, I've spent a little bit too much of the last 7 years in this building worrying about what happens in there. And this building holds some really painful memories. It can be really cruel. And I want to say how sorry I am for that. Because it kills me when I see it. And I know for each of you out there who wait year after year after year for change, who ask for it, who write letters, it's hard. Now, we were more ready this year than I think we've ever been for a legislative session. There were some fabulous new leaders who came out of the community and who stepped up and did some phenomenal work this year. We had a campaign to get businesses to sign on and endorse the legislation to include sexual orientation and gender identity in Idaho's human rights. It's way past time. But we had over 100 businesses sign on, including Quest Communications, Hewlett-Packard, Hayden Beverage, a bunch of fabulous businesses who were great. I want 3 times as many next year. So that means you all need to ask your employers. You need to say, have you signed on yet? There's a form online that they can sign on to and just fax it back. We're set. Easy. They can even just do it on through the website. Really easy. We need them. We need you asking them. Now, there's some really fabulous folks who have been doing new work because our community needs leaders. We need leaders. We need you. I've been doing this for 15 years with fabulous folks like Mary Rolfing, John Hummel, Brian Berquist, Jen Ray, Javier Smith, Mary Evelyn Smith, all those folks way back in 1994. And we have new folks. We have Misty Tolman, we have Victoria Brown, we have Lindsay Matson, who just left us. We have holes in our movement, and we need new folks to step up. Because over time, this work, it gets you. Going in there day after day, I gotta tell you, some days it just kills me. And I need your faces in there because it's lonely sometimes. In fact, I'm a little bit concerned that the legislature here, and there are 105 of them, by the way, 35 in the Senate, 70 in the House, Senate. I serve in the Senate. I'm a little worried that they think there are only 5 gay people in the world. Yeah. We did this sticky note campaign. How many people sent sticky notes? Yes. Sticky notes. We put them on the doors of the State Affairs Committee. And they said, here, Senate Bill 1105. No, it was 11. Oh boy, I'm sorry. Every year our bill numbers change.
1033.
1033. Thank you. 1105 was the bullying bill, which they killed later. We'll get there. 1033. And people wrote the coolest notes from all over the state. They mailed us to them in envelopes. They texted messages. They sent email messages. And every day we stuck them up on the doors. And the security took them down. And we stuck more up. And the security took them down. We followed the rules. We were very polite. But you know what? I think we've tried every nice way to ask them to hear us. To hear us. Yeah. To give us one hearing and hear what this means to our lives, to our families, to our children, to our friends in rural areas who are not safe when they walk down the street. Yeah. Who lose their jobs, who lose educational opportunities. We've waited too long. So they need to hear us. They need to give us a hearing. And this year, we're going to have to step it up a bit. We put stickies on 2 glass doors in this building this last year. Well, I'm thinking maybe this year we need to put stickies more places. And more. understand this legislature's in session only from January to about April. So in those winter months after New Year's, you need to come in here with a sticky note that tells a story, that asks them to please respect your rights and please protect your rights and pass legislation to do that. A nice note, I think that Dr. King was very right when he said you can't fight darkness with darkness. Our message just needs to go a little further this year. We're going beyond the 2 doors. So I want you to promise me you're going to come in here with a sticky note. Yeah? Maybe you'll come in with more than one sticky note because maybe you have somebody who can't come in and bring theirs and you'll bring it for them. And they'll realize there are more than 5 gay people because there were only 5 gay people and one transgender person who seemed to ever show up and put all those sticky notes up. I don't know if they thought we were making them up, but we were delivering them. But they're going to see this year, right? You can come in and hold your partner's hand while you put it up. Where you put it. You can put it in the bathroom. You can put it in the doors of the House and Senate chambers. You can put it anywhere. And they'll take it down. And they'll keep taking them down. But that's our voice. Until they give us a hearing, I think we should keep posting sticky notes in the You know, there's one day every 2 years when this building is accountable to us, where we have power over this building. One day. The rest of the time, it's tough. That one day is election day. And the next one is going to be on November 6th, 2012. And if you feel like, oh, this is a Republican state, Republicans always win, there's no point in going, I got some news for you. 40% of the people in Idaho who were eligible to vote in the last election voted. Only 40%. That means if we think Idaho is a Republican state, that's because only 40% of the people went and bothered to vote. What do we know about those other 60%? Are they some of us who are just discouraged?
There are some of us.
Yeah, we're discouraged sometimes. It feels like it doesn't matter. But I got to tell you, there is a district across the river where a candidate lost by 10 votes. And the person who replaced her voted badly and was the swing vote on all 3 of those Luna bills. That's bad.
Not cool.
That person who defeated the person across the river was one of our co-sponsors of our legislation. And that defeat made this building feel like it didn't have to pay attention so much anymore. Those 10 votes, 10 people who stayed home. I know they didn't think it mattered, but I gotta tell you it does. There's a sleeping giant out there. 60% of voting age Idahoans are out there, and they could completely change the political face of this state. So this building is run by fear of elections. I'm not kidding you. That's about the only thing these folks listen to. And right now they're a little afraid of the Tea Party, but I think that's going to fade because they have another constituency to be afraid of. And they are both Democrats and Republicans. They're people who care about the rights of LGBT people. You on Election Day on November 6th in 2012, 18 months or so from now, know somebody who is not planning to go to the polls, who says, oh, I can't today. Who thinks that they need to sit it out, who's not sure it matters. I need you to promise me you'll make them go. Will you do that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this building needs a few things. It needs your voice, and it needs a queer caucus. I am the only legislator in there who's openly queer. I need you to run for office. There's great training out there, and I really want your company. I am so tired of being the only queer person in there. They need to see there's more than me. Okay. One last thing. This building needs a conscience. It needs a conscience. It can't be this easy to do the wrong thing. It can't be this easy to hurt good people, to fail to stand up when people are being hurt. We have to be that conscious. We have to ask our straight family members, our parents, our brothers and sisters and co-workers to help us be a conscience, to show up on these steps again, come back when something goes wrong in there. When they won't give us a hearing, come back. We'll invite you, Misty Tolman there, and lots of others out here who are going to help us out this year. We will let you know when the time is, but you need to come because we need you here. They need to see how many people care and how beautiful this community can be because you really are. So this is the plan. We're going to take them one by the hands. And we're going to pull them across that line of bravery for doing the right thing this year. Changing minds is really hard, but it also means we have to make it harder for them not to do the right thing than to do the right thing. So I'm counting on you. And I look forward to this year because we're going to step it up a notch.